In the sulky with a young star here, Montrell Teague, 19-year-old from Milford, Delaware. That's where George Teague Jr.'s from.
Yes.
Is that your father?
Of course.
Absolutely. Son of prominent trainer George Teague Jr., second year driving, first $1 million season. You've passed 100 career wins so far. You jogged your first horse at the age of 5. So, you know, this has been bred into you. You started through the family. Do you recall those early years and what they were like? Do you actually remember back when you were 5 jogging horses?
I don't really remember it, but I remember the horse's name, so that kind of sticks with me. His name was Sports Model. Not too good of a horse, but he was always fun to jog.
When you were growing up, was it good to become familiar and get that experience just being around horses?
Yes. It definitely helped me along the way, and I definitely learned a lot from the horses, and it made a difference on the track.
As you grew up and got into your teens, you're still in your teens, but not for long. Yeah. January 2nd, the birthday here. Were there any other career options? Were there any other aspirations, anything you were looking at?
Not really. I was never into sports or anything like that. Just horses were the main priority, and I always wanted to be a driver.
Now, you've said in an interview that seasoned drivers have given you a lot of advice, or they have a lot of advice to offer you. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah. On the track, off the track, they always telling me be on the gate, or just don't do other moves that they know they can correct from me. So
keep your head on straight, no dumb moves. Is it all about the safety factor on the track, or is there more to it than that? That's always important, but if you got to take a risk and pop out of the hole at some time that you shouldn't, you got to make your move and see what happens. Now, staying out of trouble, that's number one, but also you've got to have the guts to make that move, that natural instinct. Exactly. You obviously can't fake it out here. You found that out pretty quickly. I mean, if you're lacking in passion, talent, or experience, you're going to be exposed. Definitely. This is a tough track to race at, but you got to learn your strategy really quick. Is that something you keep in mind when you're out there as a youngster, or you just throw that away and just kind of go on your instinct? Do you have to be kind of fearless out there? It's different tracks, so yeah, you got to go on instinct, and it's just like any other track. You got to have a strategy, just like a half-mile track. This big mile, just a mile track, so you got a long stretch and you got a long ways to go. So. Now, driving for your father has obviously helped you. It's opened some doors, given you a chance to drive gain some valuable experience driving some good horses like Western Ace, Mr. Apples, and Chase and Racing. Yeah, definitely horses that I really respect and will always be with me. Does it help to drive those horses that have the experience and have made a lot of money, that have gone all those miles? Oh yeah. Here we go right here. Mr. Apples, your first win. What was this like? It was amazing. I never thought it would come at this time, but he raced really good for me, and he was one of the best horses I ever drove. 150-2, final quarter 26-4. Did it feel like you were going that fast? No, not at all. I was trying to get there as soon as possible so he can win my first race, but he definitely helped me along the way. Obviously, your dad was pretty proud of you. Oh, yeah. He called me right after the race. Mr. Apples gave you your first win. Now, last week you won here with a horse called Fancy Footwork. Tell us about that. We're going to take a look at the roll in here. Now, Fancy Footwork right here is about to take the lead, but you're rocking, whipping, and driving here to the wire. Oh, yeah. I definitely wanted that win. Just like Mr. Apples, I knew that you got to carry him all the way there. There's no stalling. And he's one of the better horses I drove. Now, he strided out there, and last night it looked like you were going for the lead, and the other half, or the other part of the entry, El Capitan, was all ranked there for Dave Miller. Did he step on your wheel? Yeah, I was right beside him. I seen that he had a great hold on the horse, so I was trying to get up there as fast as I can and make the lead so he can come out, but he just couldn't hold him anymore, just came out instead of running over Andy. So you had a flat tire? Yeah, had a flat tire. I had to pull the horse up, so that just messed my day up. Back to live another day in round 2 of that series. Keystone Edge raced well for you. Just missed finishing 3rd there. Yeah, he raced really good. I was really inexperienced on the horse. I never drove him before, but he was all right for taking him to the front. I didn't know really anything about the horse. Well, speaking of all right, your dad's got a top-notch 2-year-old and Feel Like a Fool, a 149.4 winner at the Red Mile. What can you tell us about that horse? I never drove him, but I just seen him racing. He looks pretty splendid to me. Now, your dad is known as one of the hardest working guys in the business. What has he passed on to you as far as tips and advice? Definitely work ethic. I never got to stay in the house. I always had to be at the barn early in the morning and learn the ropes before I can drive horses. Your biggest win came in April 15th, the $100,000 Delaware Standardbred Breeders' Fund.
3-year-old filly pace with no bad luck. What was that like?
Another great moment. I knew she was the best, and I wanted to take my chances going to the front. And when I did, she responded really well, and she won the race for me.
Now, 3 weeks later, you were in the Berries Creek, and I believe the horse's name was Morgan Shark. You said that was nerve-wracking.
Oh, my God, that was really nerve-wracking.
Why was it so nerve-wracking? I mean, you were what, 80 to 1?
Yeah, 80 to 1. Such a big race, but I drove him as much as I could, and he doesn't know his odds, and so I just went from that.
You obviously 80 to 1 shots win. Do you go into a race like that thinking, well, I'm just going to stay out of trouble, save ground, and see what happens?
Of course not. I'm going to race the horse the best of his quality, and whatever happens, happens. I don't want to think what if after the race.
Well, is there any particular race you want to be in? Like a big stakes race, Meadowlands Pace, perhaps?
Definitely Meadowlands Pace.
How about Hambletonian?
Oh, that would be amazing.
Any particular race you'd like to win?
Little Brown Jug, definitely. That's one of the more prestigious races for me.
All right, and just one drive tonight, the third race, the 6 Panda Pocket. What's your strategy here? You obviously have some experience with this horse, but just 1 for 16 on the season.
I think I'm going to make a move late. He's not too good of leaving out of there because he puts in steps, but if he follows cover and is up close, I think he has a really good chance.
Yeah, 3 starts back home in 27-2, and showed some pretty good speed on the end. Actually, a little looked like a premature move last out on your part. What do you think behind, or was No Monkeys Allowed just better?
Yeah, he was a better horse, and I didn't want to get stuck in traffic, so I just made my move, and he really made a good choice.
All right, well, a rising star, blue chip pedigree, and a blue-collar work ethic, a bright future. Montrell Teague looking to make a name for himself here at the Meadowlands, and where else? Chester and Delaware as well, right?
Yep.
All right, well, Montrell Teague, thanks for joining us. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Montrell Teague in the Sulky here at the Big M tonight.